I'll give you the bare bones of what Kathy and I are dealing with right now, and then she can fill you in when she comes back. When she comes back, she had the women will understand this. She had a UTI that went on for about a year, and a couple of times she would go in for a checkup. And she was told over and over again that, oh, no big deal, here, take some more antibiotics. Well, it turned out it was a big deal when finally she went in about, I guess it was about a month ago, for another checkup. They found what her doctor called a mass in her bladder. Nobody likes to hear that kind of a sentence, do you? And it turned out that, yeah, it's cancer of the bladder. She had her first surgery, I guess it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And we came on the air and didn't say anything about it because we weren't sure what we were going to say. So, the slides, as a result of that surgery, were sent to Sloan Kettering in New York to either validate or challenge the findings of Kathy's surgeon here in Atlanta. The surgeon here in Atlanta said it was a superficial cancer. We got all of it except for 2 other little things I'm going to have to take another look at. I don't think it invaded, on and on and on and on. Sloan Kettering agreed. So the results came back, yeah, it's cancer, but your surgeon in Atlanta apparently has got it. Well, about 2 weeks later, she had to go in for a second surgery, and they do it with a cystoscope and lasers, or no, I guess a little surgical instrument. But they took a second scraping, biopsy, removal, whatever it's called, and the results were pretty much the same. All right, post-op, Kathy had some problems with, well, she'll explain. She can explain. This is very awkward for me. In the first place, I feel like I should only tell you the bare structure of what happened, then leave it up to Kathy to explain the details. And to a lesser degree, it's just uncomfortable talking about my wife's bladder. I hope you understand. But anyway, she should be out of the hospital either tomorrow. She hasn't been in the whole time, but she had to go back in. And the reason she went back in has been sufficiently taken care of. It's our understanding. So Kathy should be back with the program, this program, either within the next day or two. So the next program you hear, maybe Kathy will be producing, or the one after that. Our daughter, a 15-year-old daughter, Molly, is producing this show, which means Molly is running the board. Molly is doing the levels and the introduction and so on and so forth. And we think that she's done a pretty good job so far. And well, the fact that you're hearing this means that she's done a pretty good job so far. But if there is any fluctuation in the sound, if there's any weirdness to the program at this point, it could be because, there's a 15-year-old producing, and I want to thank her very much. So anyway, that's where we are. Kathy should be back with the next program or the one after that, and any further details she'll be happy to explain, I'm sure. I know one thing she's going to want to do, though, is talk to all the women out there that if you have urinary tract infection that is persistent, don't accept just a diagnosis of, oh, yeah, it's a urinary tract infection, here's some antibiotics. If that makes it go away, great. If it doesn't, then you need to follow up with someone who can be more aggressive in the treatment. All right? All right. Bob Kincaid helped show Kathy via telephone how to run the board. And then from her hospital room, Kathy also helped Kathy understand the mechanics of it all. So again, I hope all this comes through, the program comes through the way it normally does.
Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. You have your choice. You can listen to the ranting with the audio podcast or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.